Buddy, I am trying something new. I don't know if anybody's on, but I hope you're having a good evening. And I'll get started in just a second. I think I'm live as well in my Facebook group. I'm not sure or not. We'll see. Doing too much now. Trying to get fancy. How is everybody doing? I think it's just me right now. I have a like. Thank you so much. So somebody's out there. I think I'm just going to close this one out because I'm trying to do too much at one time. Yeah, I'm trying to get too fancy. But anyway, I'm just going to start talking. Welcome to this live stream. I hope that you're having a good evening. Hit the bell notification so that you can be notified when I go live. What else? I wanted to do a challenge. I kind of started a challenge in my Facebook group as far as people, some of us are getting our taxes back. So I'm thinking we should think about what we want to do with that. And one of the things that I always harp on, and it's so important when it comes to your credit, is when it comes to credit, your money is so tied to that, and having a budget is so important, and something that I feel like we really should teach our young people, because I know I didn't learn it. Like my mom talked about savings, but kind of the way that we needed to hear it consistently and over again. I didn't learn it that way. Something that I think we should have learned in school and should be learned consistently. Like we have PE, there should be a money management starting from kindergarten all the way until you get up and graduate from high school. Because hearing the information consistently, just like physical health is important, financial health is so important to our lives, so important. So one of the things that I always share is that we were not taught that we're supposed to pay ourselves first. We're supposed to pay ourselves first in, hello, I think I see somebody out there. We're supposed to pay ourselves first in savings and investment. So if we learn that since we were in kindergarten up to high school, the world, well, I'll say the world, but the economy would be completely different. So we imagine if you've been paying yourself 20% in savings since you were in high school. Or you got your first job, and you learn to discipline yourself. Because I was talking to one of my clients, and she said she's kind of gives her son an allowance, and she was mentioning, hi Letta, how are you doing tonight? See you in a little bit. But she was mentioning how she has her son and she gives him an allowance for certain jobs that he does in the house. She said, but the only problem is she can't get him to save any money. As soon as he gets his little, $20 a week, he goes on Amazon and he spends the money. She said, so I don't know how to fix that. You fix it, I suggested to her, by sitting him down and telling him that he absolutely cannot use the money to, he has to put 20%. You sit him down, he has to do 20% in savings, and then 10% in some sort of an investment account, like even a little acorn account. So anyway, I say all that to say, if he is able to discipline to that, like right now she can sit him down and discipline him to that, where would he be in his 20s, late 20s, his 30s, his 40s, if he had 20% of savings consistently? So when something comes up, like a medical emergency, or a car breaks down, or any of those types of things that creep up on our credit because it turns into a late payment, then there's that savings that's always there that we pretend is not there, because it's not there because I feel like going on vacation. It's not there because I want to go shopping and I'm feeling, some kind of way and I just want to go splurge. It's like literally there, and you have to be disciplined to act like it's not there, because as we can see, we go through rainy days. Life happens, like we're right now going through 19. in the pandemic. And I know any of you who, if you've lived any amount of time, you're going through things. And then 10% in savings, because if you start saving $5 from the age of about 18, you'd have hundreds, like it's $700,000, something like that. So we just have to kind of think differently. So anyway, I say all that to say, if you happen to be one of those people that are getting a tax return, consider adding to your investments, consider cushioning your savings account if you can. I heard that we're gonna have to start paying student loans again in October, is what I heard. So we're gonna have to get back to doing that. So that's gonna take more, money out. So right now the market is not doing very well, but see what investors do, smart investors do, they would start buying now because you buy on the lows and you hold. So I wrote down some notes. During the tech bubble in the 90s, the stock market crashed 49%. And then 5 years later, it recovered at 101%. So then the 2008 recession, it crashed 57% and it recovered at 326%. So there's going to be a recovery. You want to be on the upside of that. Even if you just get an acorn and a stash account, that's a good place to start. Make sure you're maxing out your 401k. So this video is just kind of about, think about what you're going to do with those taxes. What are you going to do with your taxes? Thank you for the likes. I appreciate it. I know 3 people are on. But just thinking about that, and I'm just changing your mindset and what type of a diet you're feeding your mind every day. I try to listen to a podcast or something to enrich my mind as it relates to my finances all the time, because it is that important. It really is that important. Something else we're doing tonight, because All You Need Credit, we do have an online academy with a DIY kit, which has multiple courses in there. There's the secrets to good credit. There's repairing your credit like a professional, and it gives you step-by-step instructions on exactly how to repair your credit. There's the Experian interview, 38-minute Experian interview in there. Of course, we're doing the free boot camps. So tonight we are adding weekly Zoom meetings. So my partner and I will be doing weekly Zoom meetings for people that are members, because it just is helpful. Because even if you get the DIY kit, you can come into the academy, get the DIY kit, and you have access to that. But if you need a little bit more coaching, that's helpful to come into the Zoom meetings. We, kind of strategize on your specific situation. Hey, this is what we got back. What can we do? And we can all learn from that. And the beautiful thing is, in the academy, you'll always be able to see previous Zoom calls. You'll see timestamps so that you're able to go back to previous Zooms and see what the topics were and what they talked about. Because if you're using the DIY kit, that's a great way to get additional support. And then there are weekly calls, so you can always pop on and say, hey, listen, I'm having an issue. I went and I sent this, and this is the response, because it's getting tougher and tougher. We just can't do the typical things anymore. One of the things that is in the online academy is Metro 2 compliance. So there's a way, I kind of teach you how to audit your own profile. So that's in there as well. I tried to put everything in there, everything you need. Hi there, Brownstone. Good evening. You're so welcome. You are so welcome. Thank you for watching. I truly appreciate it. And any information, everybody, I have so many people that do email me, Winnie@allyouneedcredit.com, and I just share information all the time. So it's not all about, but if you do need more detailed help as far as, removing negative items, then I'm here to support you with that as well. But we're doing a Zoom live in 20 minutes. We'll be doing the first one. We've got a great topic tonight, so I'll give y'all a teaser. It's we're going to be talking about advanced strategies for removing late payments. So I have multiple videos that are super helpful on the channel already about removing late payments, but I know some people have been getting late payments during the pandemic. So there are multiple new methods that I've learned. So for example, we'll be talking about the accommodations method. It's not called the accommodations, but it's based on the CARES Act. And there's a little bit of a loophole there that we can finesse. That's a good word. Absolutely, Mark Eugene. Nice to see you. Where is that name? Oh, okay, you're in the Facebook group. Okay. I'm like, I know I've seen that name somewhere before. Do you recommend paying for an old debt of 6 years old? No, I really don't. And the reason being because really they're looking at, FICO looks at really the last 24 months, and then beyond 24 months, yes, it does still have an impact on your credit profile, but it does not have a significant an effect. So let's say 4 years in, you're already 6 years in. What I would suggest to you is check the statute of limitations. One of the methods that I have in the DIY kit is the 1099-C method, where you could request the 1099-C and say, listen, we're out of the side of the statute of limitations, so you don't even have the right to collect in my state. So, there's just multiple ways, and that's just a few ways that you can, fight to get that removed from your report. But I want to go back to what Mark Eugene asked. I forgot already what he asked. I think he asked about charge-offs, removing charge-offs. Oh, so removing charge-offs, challenging, just like with late payments, it's with the original creditor. And I think one of the other lives I did, it cut me off when I was saying that, think about it. You're going in and saying the charge-off is not yours, or a lot of times credit repair agencies will say that, and they're wanting them to confirm it. You've been paying on it for years. So it's very challenging to go to your, to a company that with the original creditor, that's the charged off account, and say that it's not yours. Thank you so much, Mark Eugene. I appreciate you. I really do. You made my night in the Facebook group the other day. I appreciate that because it is my goal and my ministry. This is my ministry to share this information and, just to, hopefully encourage people to get their financial health on point. So you can email me at winnie@allyouneedcredit.com, and you can also go to the description box. Usually in all the videos, I'll put all of my information and access to my website and to the online academies, so that, you can reach out to me that way. Mark is in the Facebook group, so I do share a lot of information in there as well. I'm just trying to be everywhere because, the kit. So the DIY kit, it is called the AYNC Academy Bundle. You can use coupon code EMPOWER, so I think it's less than $100, and you gain access to everything that I just mentioned as far as the 1099-C method, restrictive endorsement method, Metro 2, but we're adding this extra layer of the live Zoom calls because sometimes you can get into the academy or anytime you're learning something new and you want additional assistance. So that way with the live Zoom calls, it really helps you because you can come on and you can ask, say, hey, this is my specific situation, and my partner and I can help you break it down. And you can come back to each live call and you can say, this is what happened. What should I do now? So I'm just always trying to think of different ways to support and share information and help us to win, because you know what, at the end of the day, as consumers, every day I listen to people and I counsel with people. At the end of the day, they do not have our best interest at heart, and they will do anything they want to you. I saw a report the other day, and it made me giggle. I'm going to post it in the Facebook group. There's a new report that came out that says that there's an uptick of complaints at the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. I laughed. I was like, that's probably me telling everybody to file a complaint. So, it's hilarious. I'll post it in the group. I just got the report, and I kind of was asking my other plugs in the industry, what do they think what's that going to mean? And it's just that it's just going to cause companies to start changing their policies. So keep complaining. I was talking to a client today and she was asking me, it's so funny, I talk to people and they'll ask me questions and sometimes it's not even really completely credit related. It has more just to do with, being treated poorly as a consumer. And it was about canceling a subscription and they had charged her. And I told her what she needed to do. She called again today and said, this happened to me today. I got this in the mail. What should I do about that? She said, should I also threaten to file a complaint with the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau? I told her that's always on the table. If you get to the supervisor level and they don't, and you know that you're right, you know that you've done your part, you know you canceled and you have the proof, it's always on the table to file a complaint. The more we do that, the more we hold the the creditors accountable. And we have to do that because if we don't, they'll just run amok. And so, but I have to show y'all that. I have to share that in some way. Maybe I'll put it in a video so you guys can see. As I said, uh-oh. I'm telling everybody to file a complaint. So, yes, definitely. I thought about, the lady, gosh, they just did the movie about her and Mary, CJ Walker, I think that's her name, the lady that, Madam CJ Walker, there we go, with the hair products. Do you know that she became a millionaire during the Spanish flu in the 20s? So a lot of people who have that mindset, because it's all about mindset. It's not about education level. It's not about anything other than mindset. It's not about your color. I'm sorry. Yes, there are some people who are, we've, started out behind. But I see too many entrepreneurs that are my color, myself included, that are okay and that are doing way better than me. But it's all about your mindset. And that's why I always say, feed your mind every single day. Feed your mind every single day. Yeah, so hopefully you can think of something because there's something you can add to the world. And the thing is, we'll go work for someone else and make them rich, but then we don't take the time. And sometimes it's not about the time. Sometimes we are tired. You're busy. Life, can get to you. That's why I just encourage everybody to do your very best to find time to pour into yourself. You have to, because when you do, it really shifts your energy. It shifts your vibrational frequency, and then you can attract and be open to more ways to get to the next level. Amazon, all these people started in their garages. You know what I'm saying? You have to start somewhere. It can be overwhelming. And I'll share with you that I'm the least technical person. I'm shy, whether y'all believe it or not. I really never wanted to do YouTube videos, but I was sharing with Letta that I made the decision that this was something I was passionate about. So it took me months to make my first video because I was scared. Now look at me. I've got over 1,000 subscribers and 200 of them are 180 of them have been in the last, do I have a Cash App? Oh my goodness. Don't make me cry on here. I do, but oh my goodness. I don't even know what to say. I'll put it in the description box after the video, but that is so sweet. I'm an official YouTuber. Somebody wants to send me a Cash App. Thank you so much. That made my night, my week. I can't even remember my Cash App because I'm not even thinking like that. But but for forever I was afraid to make videos. And look at me, I'm doing a live video. I've started an online academy. I do consistent boot camps. I have a marketing guy who's trying to make me into being some kind of, social media influencer, which that's not what I'm trying to do. My goal is, like I shared in the last live, thank you, Brownstone. God bless you. Scattering love and joy to you. Thank you so much. I won't forget. But it makes me smile and happy, like when people come back to me and they have amazing results, when they come back and they're empowered or their life is changed. That gives me energy. When, like I said, the young man who's able to buy a home for his family, or when I hear about people starting their own businesses or people buying their homes. There was one story I'm gonna tell you. I won't tell it. Well, her name is Abby, and I helped her, and she was intelligent woman, but for some reason, her credit was just not good, but she was smart. She started her own business. She called me one day. She was renting a room, and she called me. She's like, Winnie, I am making gourmet macaroni and cheese in my own luxury apartment now because my credit is good now. I just started a business and all these things. And she just said, I just want to thank you. That gives me life. You know what I mean? That's why I do this. And then for people for the light bulb to come on. That's why I love the boot camps, because the 4 days really gives you a lot of information. So people come out of that and they're like, oh my goodness, I really understand the credit game. I think the YouTube does help as well, but I think it's just that it's not connected, if that makes sense. So going through the boot camp takes you through worksheets. And if you stick with it the 4 days and do the hour a day, you really do get a lot out of it. So I think the boot camps are my favorite because I really feel like people get the credit game in those 4 days. I like the online academy. I think my thing about the online academy is a lot of times people purchase and I don't know if they're doing okay. So that's why I'm doing the Zoom now, because I just want people to not only get the DIY kit, I want to make sure people are able to get results, because you have to push. Sometimes it takes multiple rounds in order to be successful. So that's why I'm thinking of every way possible to support, and it's been a fun journey seeing people just grow with their credit. I mean, it just be amazing. I've had people come to me with 700 plus credit scores, and now they're in the 800s, So you have people from all walks of life. I had a gentleman, he had a 425 credit score, went up to 500, so 125 points like in a few weeks. But he's super excited, and he has a new lease on life, and now he's going to keep pushing, and he understands the game. So as long as he stays consistent, he'll be well. And the wonderful thing is, my goal is for people to always strategize moving forward. I want you to strategize moving forward. I don't want people to come through my program and they're still kind of, lost. I know one of my other favorite people, Tracy, she said, she had to put some debt on her credit cards or use her credit card so her score dropped, because we all know available credit is the quickest way to see your score go up and down, by playing with your available credit. So she wasn't panicked. She's like, I knew I had to put money on my cards, or, put some debt on my cards. I knew as soon as I paid them down, it would get my bounce, or my credit score would go back up. So now she understands that. So there's no panic. When you can understand, if I do this, this is going to happen. If I do that, that's going to happen. Another person I love, she said, hey, Winnie, I know I'm about to pay off my car in the next 3 months. That's going to shift the balance of accounts in my profile. So that means I will only have 1 installment loan, and I know I need a minimum of 2. What do I need to do? I'm thinking of getting another credit strong. That's what I'm talking about. That's the strategizing that we need to be doing at that level, because the only way we're going to be able to build generational wealth, and maybe that's not your goal, but that's my goal, to work towards it anyway. The only way you're going to be able to build businesses and to be able to compete, as far as if you want to go into real estate or any of those kinds of things, you want to have good credit. You want to be able to, and it's not hard, it's just not intuitive. So once you learn the credit game, you can bounce back from anything, use your budget, use all the tools and resources available to you. Email me, we'll work together. So, but what time is it? Got 6 minutes before the Zoom call. But anyway, thank you guys for popping on. I appreciate all of you. I know Letta popped on. Mark, Eugene, I appreciate you. If you are still here, Brownstone, thank you so much. You are so sweet. That would be my first Cash App on YouTube. Oh my gosh, what's today? March the 4th. So I have to celebrate that and commemorate that. So I truly appreciate that. Who else did I see on here? I'm forgetting one other person, I think, that I saw. Charge it to my head and not to, charge it to my head and not to my heart. But I'm gonna jump off and get ready. But as y'all can see, I'm popping on more consistently, even though I was nervous. So I will be back at least once a week, a minimum. And I've been on here 3 times in the last 7 days, 7 or 8 days. So I'll continue to pop on here. Thank you so much. I love each of you. I appreciate you. And I will see you next time. Bye. See if I can figure it out.